welcome to Passion Time. I'm here with Gina Damian. Gina is an animal rescue advocate. She works with different rescue organizations, but what I found fascinating about Gina is that she does it on her own. She's not waiting around. She just goes out there and finds these animals. And you will see throughout this video many horrible pictures and accounts of what she's been doing for many years. Gina, thank you so much for joining us on Passion Time. Before we start, I want to ask you how you found your passion and how you live in your passion.
I first learned, when I first moved to the east side of town, I think everything happens for a reason. I remember coming home early one day and I made a right turn, and there was this mangy dog in the middle of the street. I didn't know anything about dogs. I didn't know why it looked the way she looked. I didn't know anything. I didn't know her story. I didn't even know what breed the dog was. And she changed my life, literally, literally. And from that day forward, in my heart, I knew that was my purpose, to rescue. And, fast forward, I eventually moved to the East End, and one Sunday, I didn't know anything about the East End, so I get in my car and I'm navigating through the streets and I get lost and I made a wrong turn and I stumbled across the city park called Hidalgo Park.
Yeah.
And it looked like a dog park. There was suffering all over the place, puppies, and I just learned I've never been the same. Never been the same.
So you're a licensed estate broker, so this was not part of your life. Did you ever have pets before this?
No.
And now you have 5 rescues with you, living with you.
Yeah.
Tell me about some of the stories. I've seen some horrible, and I think what's really incredible about what you do is you take pictures and you take video, you put it on Facebook, and people begin to respond to you in ways that are not expected. So share with me some of those stories, and I think one of the pictures, you got 90,000 views or hits for this one dog, and he was eventually rescued, right?
She was. Her name is Betty White. As a matter of fact, I'm still working on that rescue now. She's a beautiful German Shepherd Husky mix, and she weighed 40 pounds. A typical weight for that breed is 90 pounds. And I take videos and pictures with my camera, which is almost like my diary.
Right, it's your
my
diary, yeah. It's very powerful what I've seen, and we're showing these as we speak, but it really shows what's going on. I mean, one thing is to say that you lost 40 pounds, another is to actually see a dog in bones, basically.
And it is it's important to share their tragic plight. They suffer. They don't make it out of the East End unless they're rescued, and that is my goal.
What have you found about the East End? Why is it that it's particularly happening in the East End? I know there's a lot of poverty there.
There is a lot of poverty.
Because you could be poor but still not mistreat animals,
That's true.
right?
It's a lack of education and awareness, because I wasn't always a dog lover. I mean, I too had growing up. My dad would bring dogs home, would chain them, and that was normal to us. We wouldn't feed them dog food, we'd feed them bones. It was ignorance.
Right.
Yeah.
So part of your job is to teach the people that you're rescuing from. Tell me some of the worst rescue stories you've had. I know you spoke about one black lab that was chained for 10 years. Tell me about that.
His name was Tomas.
I know this is hard because I've seen the pictures and this is really difficult for you, so I'm sorry.
He was tied to a tree, the same tree, for 10 years. When I got there, I approached him, and he knew why I was there. He gets up, and we convince the owners to surrender him. And I take him to he literally ran to my truck, and I couldn't open the hatchback quick enough so he could jump in. And even then, the owners were still trying to they were still considering, oh, maybe, maybe not. Yes, I'm leaving with that dog tonight. So we left, and I couldn't open the dog food fast enough because he was starving. And it was his first ride in a car. He had a lot of first dog bed, his first kennel, his first kiss, his first hug, his first, kind hand, his first walk, everything. He had a lot of first. And unfortunately, because of the neglect and the abuse, he only lived 3 months off his chain.
But with a lot of love. So you got to see what we should be treating animals like.
Exactly.
Now you've also you have a very beautiful video of a little dog, and he's sitting on and he's looking out, and you said it's called the Freedom Ride. Tell me about that.
That puppy was from that same household. On my way to the car with Tomas, I see a little puppy chained to a fence, and he had shelter, and he had water, and but he was a puppy. Puppies should play, and be part of a family. And he wasn't. He was outside. So I was playing with him. I wanted him to hear my voice, and I wanted to find out where the chain was because I was coming back for him. I went back the following week, and I took him.
Now, legally, these people that are holding these animals this way, is that a legal thing to do, to chain an animal?
Yes and no. The law is very particular about that. But, we don't, there's no manpower, no police power to cover all the areas. Dogs. It's just impossible.
But if you are going to someone's home and they refuse to give you the dog, and the dog or the animal is suffering, can you say this is illegal, and if you don't do something, I will get the law to come after you?
Absolutely.
Okay, so that is one thing that you can use if you have to.
And I have.
And you have used that. Okay. Tell me about, you've rescued a lot of dogs, but you've also rescued cats. And unfortunately, in the Latino community, a lot of people are still doing cockfighting, which is not legal in the United States, but it's still happening. And you found 2 animals dead.
I did. I don't believe that was a part of cockfighting. That was a
satanic ritual.
They're called santerias, and it wasn't the first one I photographed. There were many others.
And that's illegal too.
It is. They were dumping, that too. They were littering, they were dumping, and it's real, what the animals go through. It's real pain, real suffering.
You have rescued thousands of animals. How long have you been doing this?
8, 10 years.
And is this something that you do, go home every day and look for these animals every single day? I'm surrounded by them. I mean, they're in every corner, on every street, on every ditch. They're everywhere. What is most challenging for you? And what do you need to do the work that you need to do to rescue these animals?
What is most challenging? To see their suffering and not be able to do anything about it.
But you are doing something about it. When you say you're,
but I can't.
Sometimes you can't.
I can't save them all, though. I have to pick and choose.
And you work with different rescue organizations. Why did you decide, I'm just going to join one and work with them? Why do you do it on your own?
That is true. I feel like I can, my plate is full. I work full time, I sell real estate, I rescue, and I'm politically involved in my community as well.
Right, you're a community activist. Tell me about that. Are you getting people to vote? What is your role?
I have a personal friend, Robert Gallegos, who went to Austin and brought Emancipet to the East End. That's incredible. That is.
Tell me what Emancipet is.
Emancipet is a nonprofit organization, originally from Austin, and they brought a trailer from Austin to the East End, and they offer low-cost spay and neuter services, sometimes free, to the residents of the Second Ward, and who have limited income.
Right.
Want to take care of their dogs, but they can't afford it.
They can't afford it, right? And you're a community activist and you help spread this information out so that more people can get their dogs spayed and neutered.
I have friends that run rescue groups that give me dog food, cat food, and I share with the senior citizens who cannot afford to feed.
So you're not only rescuing, you're also trying to feed the dogs, leaving them where they are, but trying to help feed them. So what kind of help do you need, and where can they contact you?
I can be contacted on Facebook.
Okay,
My
and
Facebook profile is Gina Damian, Ginadamian.
Okay.
That's really.
And you basically need food, and you need maybe help. Do you you do the rounds at night? You go to work, and then and when you come home, you feed the dogs in the morning, and then when you come home, you're looking for animals to rescue or to feed, right? Do you need more people to help you?
No, because I'm on a certain schedule, and I know their schedule. They know me. They can hear. They hear my
voice. The dogs know you.
They know me. They follow me. They follow my car. They know me. So I have, they know where to meet me. So I just, drop the food and I go. And only until they're in trouble do I, reach out on Facebook for help to get them off the streets. Because a lot of them, they're owned. Sometimes they just wander off. There's a little puppy I've been following for a couple of years, and I finally found out where he lived. About a mile from where he likes to romp and play. He'll go home. Some of them do have homes. So, I'm very picky about who I take off the streets.
Okay. Yeah, because you want to. And do you find yourself educating families about this?
I have
a lot. And do they listen?
Yes, they do, and it's amazing to see them in line getting their dog neutered, or their cat spayed. But sometimes a lot of these are renters, and they all live in poverty. I'd never seen such poverty before. So a lot of them don't have fences, and those dogs that were just
So they need
neutered,
to chain them because they don't have fences, right?
Sometimes. A lot of the dogs that we've helped end up dying on the streets because they get hit by a car, and it's a revolving door, those animals. They really don't live very long on the streets.
Right. Do you think there's a dog heaven? Or an animal heaven?
I'm 100%. I am 100% sure.
All right. Thank you so much, Gina Damian. And again, if people want to help out Gina, she's a Lone Ranger, but she definitely could use the help. Check her Facebook page. It's Gina Damian Facebook. And it is amazing. Her pictures and her videos are so powerful. And thank you for the work that you do to help these animals.
Thank you.
And to help the families as well.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next time on Passion Time.
Yo sé que tú puedes, que tú eres capaz. Cambia tu vida. La vida es una y tú vas a triunfar. Cambia tu vida. Con fe y esperanza las puedes